I created a list of things that I'm expecting to see for Season 3. First, an overall performance and memory leak issue. I've played extensive games like Elden Ring, Cyberpunk, and my computer doesn't overheat. But when it comes to Diablo 4, it feels like my GPU heats up and my RAM usage goes to 90%. I think they should address this issue as everyone does not have a Starforge system. As one gold, if you're listening, I'm a huge fan and would appreciate a Starforge system. Aside from that, let's talk about health tides. Health tides reset every 2 hours and 30 minutes, I think. I think Helltide would benefit from it if it should be similar to the Blood Harvest, where it lasts for 1 hour and moves on to the next location. Overall, I think that would be better, and aside from the mob density should be more dense in a way because most Helltide locations are very spacious. Aside from mob density, they should remove sacred and blue items from dropping from those 75 chests and 250 chests. I also feel like 300 for the living steel is too much. Maybe they can lower it down to 250, or maybe just combine it well together with the gift of mystery and let it be a one chest that drops random items and the living steel all together. I don't see a point as to why they need to separate this. Come on, devs, you don't want players to quit. Also, for strongholds that is inside the Helltide, they should drop the aberrant cinders. Aside from health tides, let's move on to the materials and resources. I feel like the only resources and materials that matter are the Veiled Crystal, Fiend Roses, and Forgotten Souls. I'm talking about the resources that people are capping out on. Together with gem fragments, I already capped out my resources and gem fragments, and I don't see a particular instance that I will be using them anytime soon. I think it will be a great opportunity for Blizzard to introduce a way for us to take advantage of those said materials as a currency to exchange for an item like living steel or the Vartian body parts or exquisite bloods. I feel like this will be a good burning mechanism to those useless resources to give them purpose and for players to be able to have use for them. And lastly, the most important update that they should make is for the stash tabs and the inventory. For Season 3, if they plan to have another item similar to the season specific items like Season 1 hearts or the Season 2 packs like the Skull, Chalice, and Crown, I think there should be a specific season tab to contain all these items, and they should not eat up inventory or stash space. Just for a bonus, I think the user interface, I think if you open the season pass or your map by accident, your game will freeze for like a few seconds, and that might be bad for hardcore players. Also, for leveling up your vampiric powers, I think there should be a way for you to level it right away without clicking on it multiple times. And I do hope that they will implement a profile or loadout system for the Paragon and the skill builds. Let's say, for example, if I'm gonna be using a barbarian and my main build is a death blow that I mainly use for hunting uber bosses, and if I want to run a nightmare dungeon, there should be a way for me to switch to a second profile, and my second profile would be a whirlwind build. I can create a second profile by either paying gold, and this sort of like a profile loadout similar to other games such as playing World of Warcraft. Back in the day I was playing a priest. I can switch from going into a discipline priest as a healer and then switching to a shadow priest as a DPS with one click of a button. And this can also be made possible if they will increase the inventory space and add more stash tabs.
Goodbye, Dirt!